It's your Hump Day.
Hump Day, yeah!
High Noon Atlanta radio show for the entrepreneurs to the small business owners and nonprofit organizations hang out for their opportunity to be on the ledge. Now, let's welcome your host, Carl Callender.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. You're on the Ledge VIP. This is Carl Callender. How you doing today? Good. Hey, we have a special guest in here today. His name is Thomas Harris, good friend of mine. Yes, indeed.
Trey, dog.
You want me to call you Trey? Well, okay.
That's
I thought you wanted to give you the official. Trey? Okay. Trey is his name. We go way back to middle school. It's been a long time. How you doing, my brother?
I'm outstanding, Carl. Having the best day of my life, man. Thank you.
Well, I want to thank you too, man. You're here today, man, because you are an entrepreneur, and you've been an entrepreneur for over, 2 decades, maybe going on 3, somewhere in that area?
Yeah, I started when I was 4 years old, so going on 3 decades.
As soon as you found out how to, got potty trained, you're like, good, all right, I'm an entrepreneur.
No doubt.
Cool. Well, since you started talking about, since 4, man, give us a little background on personally, man. Where did you get, your upbringing?
Yeah, good, Carl. I mean, I come from a loving family, background of entrepreneurs, hardworking entrepreneurs, honest living, never went without any meals. Christmas was always abundant. So very blessed, man. Grew up in Detroit, Michigan, the outskirts of Detroit.
D-Town?
Yeah, D-Town. But actually, I am officially an Atlantan. This is my home.
Yeah.
Graduated high school here.
Right.
Been in business here, college. So this is home.
Let me ask you a question. When did you get down to Atlanta? Did you get down here back in the 80s? How long it's been?
Late 80s.
Late 80s.
Yeah.
Okay, so we seen a lot. The Olympics and all that good stuff. We've seen a lot of changes with the landscape of Atlanta.
Right.
One thing. Let's talk about business, because that's pretty much why we're here, because of you've seen a lot. You had a lot of positive things go on as far as business, and the reason why you're on the show because of your story, man. Because we go way back, like I said once again, and your story is profound to me, and this what you had to go through and conquer, and the adjustments you had to make. So let's start back with your first entrepreneurship. What were you doing then?
Yeah, I go back to being in college, where I was the barber. I was the barber stylist of the university. Went to Georgia Southern University, undergrad. And, in order to earn money, I actually learned how to cut hair and do hair in high school. So that's what I did. I didn't have to send or ask my parents for money. I just actually used my occupation that I knew, my trade, and did it in college. And unfortunately, did a little bit too much of that because I didn't concentrate on grades. So
what happened?
Ended up hustling a little bit too much. The money got good in college. I'm supposed to be studying for an exams, and I'm doing hair, man.
You're doing hair.
Stacking up the dough, and I got addicted to the possibilities.
So you had a couple of times when you had an exam, you was making that money.
I was making that money.
Okay.
No doubt. Everybody else is studying.
Right.
While I'm doing their hair, passing their exams.
Right.
And I wasn't. Well, I was passing, but that's all I was doing.
Right. But school, right now is a big issue because you have a lot of students coming out with student debt that's unforgivable. You're not promised a job once you get out. The main thing that I've found out about college is the best thing for you to do is definitely to network as much as possible. So when I look at you actually cutting hair, you was networking, you was building relationships with people, which is a good thing. But unfortunately, when we go to school, we got to pass the exam. If we don't, we're actually paying for it anyway. So, if we don't pass, I understand. We had to make those choices. So after Georgia Southern, what happened after that?
came home and started to work in the family business, helping my father out with he owned hair salons throughout the city of Atlanta, and needed help at that time. He was dealing with some health issues. Okay. And I wanted to help him because they were thriving at the time, thriving businesses, and I didn't want to see him suffer. Right. I wanted to get in there and help make our family businesses successful.
Nice. So as far as the salons and everything like that, I know personally pretty much all the locations of the salon. And you did at one time, you had y'all had your own hair care products, right?
Absolutely. And that was really the beginning of my real understanding of global business. Yes. My father started a line of hair care products. It just opened my eyes up. He got with a chemist, a manufacturer, came up with a product line. He created the first hair relaxer designed for dry hair. People of color tend to have naturally dry hair. Right. Naturally dry skin, a lot of us. So relaxers are known for making your hair dry, brittle, etc. So he came up with the first relaxer system formulated for dry hair. And when I tell you, I watched him formulate that concept from inception to critical mass all the way to, some strong momentum. Mm-hmm. It just opened my eyes up because I studied business in college. Right. So that was my first taste of true global business.
Gotcha. Do me a favor. You got to bless. What was the name of the hair care product, please?
One line was called Oh So Silky, and the other line was called Treyco products.
Hold on. Now we're gonna have some AT aliens listening to this broadcast here. Right. Let's say that first one again because they probably do not know about. Well, they do know about Oh So Silky, but say that one more time because that's a blast. That's a blast from the past, and I know a lot of individuals that use that.
Yeah, Oh So Silky. Formulated for dry hair.
Formulated for dry hair. That's amazing. So after the formulation of the hair care products, what happened after that? Because I know you was doing some traveling. So to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I traveled globally with my father, who started the hair care line, and I studied him build distributors around the country, around the world, and it just opened my eyes up to global distribution. Mm-hmm. So made some strong contacts in the beauty industry throughout the country, and at that time, the hair industry started to take a nosedive because of the economy started to go down after 9/11. Wow. So that when the economy was impacted in 9/11, the hair salon business industry as a whole started to shift. Ladies stopped getting their hair done every week, and they started getting their hair done every other week or once a month. Right. They stopped relaxing their hair, which was 80% of our business. They started going natural and, wearing, things like wigs, weaves, etc., which at the time was not how we were making our money. Okay. So the market shifted. And a dear friend of mine who I did business with in the beauty industry, right, introduced me to this concept called direct sales. Some people call it network marketing, et cetera. And I turned it away because I just didn't understand the industry, didn't respect it. So I told him no.
You told him no. Okay.
Yeah, I told him
All
no.
right. So approximately like what year was that when you first got introduced or someone came to you about the concept of network marketing?
It was about, I want to say, maybe 2001.
2001?
Yeah, 2001, 2002, something like that.
Okay.
And
let me tell you something. I want to go back to this. This is the first time that I'm hearing that I know 9/11 affected a lot of people, a lot of industries in the United States and around the world, but I did not know until today it affected the hair industry.
Oh. You want me to hit on that?
Please do. Please.
No. Seriously. Well, our clients were middle class workers, all the way up to your so-called upper class, right? These were just gainfully employed women, and their jobs were in jeopardy because after 9/11, banks were starting to close, and it just really started to affect the economy, and real estate market was in trouble. So people did not know if their jobs were secure. So that affected our income. So ladies started becoming creative and instead of spending, disposable income at the hair salon, nail shop, all that, they started cutting back.
Right.
So it affected our bottom line. And, we started to lose about 30-40% of our income, which is really your profit margin.
Correct.
So
exactly.
I knew clearly it took me about a good year and a half of decline in our numbers that I was going to have to do something different.
Right.
We lost our entire life savings, all, 28 years of doing business, just trying to save our businesses.
Right.
So we depleted all of our money trying to save a dying dinosaur.
Damn.
And that's exactly what it was. And at the time, we were so emotional, Carl,
Right.
that we didn't realize that the industry was dying, at least the industry that we knew of it.
Right.
That it was dying before our eyes. And it wasn't until, stylists started going out, trying to go to real estate school or become instructors. They were getting out.
So,
because they couldn't make ends meet.
They couldn't make ends meet. Okay. I understand that. Wow. Okay. Let's talk about the transition here. After going through that, you've been introduced to at least someone knocked on your door and said, hey, do you want to look at network marketing? What was the transition like between that time and between you accepting, okay, let me take a look at network marketing?
Well, initially, this is the real. I'm going to give you the raw, right?
Give me the raw, man. Because this is what the show's about. People got to understand that, when you're clean, let's not say clean, everybody has a story. Everybody goes through different situations, and then some more intense than others. But everybody has this obstacle that they got to go through and got to make these adjustments. So with your story from being an entrepreneur, a successful business, and then something tragic that was out of your control, you had to make an adjustment, and this is when it gets critical. So go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
You just brought up what my mentors always taught me, and that is my father. My father always was my business mentor because he was a businessman, entrepreneur in the heart. But he always told me that wealth is created when you get in front of the market shift. And
I'm going to write that down.
It's true, and the market shift in the beauty industry was people are no longer getting their hair done any longer the way they used to. The market has shifted. The question is, are you going to either get in front of that market shift and adapt or get out and do something else?
Right.
So initially when it was brought to me, I thought it was one of those pyramid schemes. I even told the gentleman who brought it to me, I said, man, listen, I have a real career. I don't need to do this little peddling stuff that you are doing. And what startled me was he said, well, let's compare bank accounts and see who's peddling who. And let's see who's the peddler here.
Okay. He went in like that.
Oh, boldness.
Wow.
And at the time, he didn't know it. I was struggling. Well, he knew it because he knows what it looks like. But I was struggling. I was trying to save our businesses, but I was feeling defeated. And I knew that our days were numbered if we didn't do something different with the market. Right. And I made a conscious decision that I was not going to continue my career in the beauty industry. And the gentleman contacted me one more time. He was very consistent, even though I said, no, I don't do that kind of stuff. Right. He kept calling, and I finally said, okay, probably after a year of him calling me, I finally said, okay, show me what you got. I don't have a lot of time, but show me.
By him continuously contacting you for over a year, you did not actually close the door to that opportunity, because if you did, he would. I know you. He wouldn't have called anymore. So at least he recognized that, hey, there's still an opportunity. Let me give him a couple of months. Let me get back with him.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I kept the door open because of our business relationship and our personal relationship. Respect. He always respected me. Right. When I would say back off, he backed off. Okay. But he would check in with me from time to time. Right. But what was